Welcome to Mentally Healthy. We're so glad you're here.
Let's take a moment to relax and breathe. Today, we're going to learn and explore 10 psychological reasons for overeating and how to stop. The psychological reasons for overeating have nothing to do with trivial things like the size of your plates or the amount of willpower. In fact, we firmly believe that many compulsive eaters already have an enormous amount of willpower. Sure, there are some people that can adjust their environmental factors, like using smaller plates to create the illusion of eating less, and suddenly stop overeating, but that's rare. Environmental design is not the reason why we get up in the middle of the night and eat in front of the fridge. Compulsive behavior goes much deeper. To help us get to the root of the problem, let's turn our attention to the psychology of overeating. There is no diet or exercise advice here because this is psycho-spiritual wellness, where we firmly believe that overeating was never a diet problem or exercise problem, and it definitely isn't a willpower problem. Rather, overeating is about our feelings and the desperate desire to run from them. It's also about the backlash of dieting because for every restriction, there is an equal and opposite binge. If you're intrigued, then let's dig in. Number 1. You're getting joy from food instead of life. It's called hedonic eating. If you took food completely out of your life, how much joy would be left over? If the world would look a bit empty, you might be a hedonic eater. Hedonic eating involves eating for pleasure, and this type of eating can become compulsive because humans need joy. We're wired for it. While hedonic eating is really common, the good news is that it's the easiest place to start working. All you need to do is add more joy to your life outside of food. If you're a foodie, then this is the first place to start working. Number 2. Your busy lifestyle makes you eat too fast. It takes the body at least 20 minutes to register that it's full. Eating slowly is a great way to stop overeating by feeling your fullness the moment it happens, not when it's too late. But if you're a fast eater, it can be difficult to slow yourself down without slowing your life down. If you want to eat slower, you might need to adopt other lifestyle habits like yoga and meditation. Because the way we do one thing is the way we do everything. Short story, if you struggle to slow down your eating, you might need to slow down your life. Number 3. You eat for the hunger to come, and although your intentions are pure, it backfires. Do you ever eat extra food now so that you won't be hungry later? This overplanning can be a surprising psychological reason for overeating. For example, back when I was in college, I would always find myself compulsively shoveling snacks into my face before I left the house. I never did this when I was actually hungry, which was frustrating to say the least, and I didn't understand why I couldn't stop. That's when I realized that I was eating for the hunger to come, and my anxiety about hunger was actually the source of this particular overeating habit. Number 4. You've been trained to glorify disordered eating, and it's not your fault. If you read fitness magazines or scroll through social media on a somewhat regular basis, you've probably been exposed to the glorification of dieting. These days, you're not cool unless you're doing an eating challenge or following the keto and juice cleanse trends. Due to the glorification of skinny, there's serious judgment if you're caught with a donut in your mouth. Shame messaging has destroyed our ability to listen to our body instead of our mind to inform what we eat. But listening to your body is critical if you want to stop overeating. Short story, your body already has all the wisdom it needs to be its natural weight. Number 5. You're accidentally playing reverse psychology on yourself, in the wrong way. Scarcity is a huge psychological block to weight loss and overeating. When you tell yourself you can't have something, you want it more. This is one of the reasons why diets don't work. To help you use reverse psychology to your advantage, I actually recommend giving up dieting altogether. When you give yourself permission to eat exactly what your body wants, you stop binge eating those foods because the scarcity factor is gone. Number 6. You're afraid to stop dieting because you're afraid of gaining weight. If you're afraid to stop dieting because you don't want to gain weight, you're not alone. We all feel that way, myself included. I know the fear of gaining weight is all too real, but when you eat when you're hungry and stop when you're full, your weight will regulate itself. When I gave up dieting in 2016, I was terrified of letting myself loose around food. But I was also exhausted and fed up with dieting for years upon years, all while gaining and losing the same 10 pounds. And after I gave up dieting, to my sweet surprise, I didn't really overeat. There were many hurdles that I did not expect. Number 7. You've got the psychology of overeating backwards. Because the psychology of overeating isn't glamorous or fun, we can't promise you'll lose 15 pounds in 15 days. And this is one more way that modern media has screwed our psychology over. The goal isn't to prevent yourself from never feeling like crud ever again. Rather, the goal is to learn how to withstand the discomfort of not feeling good. As you increase your tolerance for discomfort, you will be able to have a bad day of eating without throwing it all away and starting over on Monday. Number 8. Your beliefs are creating too much cognitive dissonance with your eating habits. Now we're diving into some of the deep psychology behind overeating, cognitive dissonance. Cognitive dissonance occurs when we carry conflicting beliefs and our brain pulls us in different directions. This can result in unwanted behavior like overeating. Understanding your beliefs is critical for mastering the psychology of overeating. When you can identify the conflicting beliefs, you can let them go. And best of all, your behavior will change naturally. No forcing, fighting, or depriving required. Unfortunately, most of us have no idea what beliefs we're carrying around. I certainly didn't. And this is where the real inner work happens. Number 9. You haven't done the inner work yet, but don't worry, there's no time like the present. The best type of inner work, in our opinion, is therapy. Nothing compares to the quality of therapy. But not everyone's ready for such a big step. For those who want to dip their toes in the water, instead of deep diving into therapy, we suggest you explore joining a support group, or seek support from friends and family. Number 10. Master the psychology of overeating. In order to stop overeating, you need to master your psychology. This takes time as you unravel your subconscious blocks. Some of this requires looking at the uncomfortable parts of ourselves. Psycho-spiritual wellness doesn't always feel good, but it works. This concludes our video on the psychological reasons for overeating and how to stop. We're all guilty here when it comes to overindulgence. The good news is we can course correct, with help. Please share with us in the comments section which areas of overeating you struggle with. Remember, you're not alone. The first step is identifying. Together, let's work on the doing part.
Well, that's all for today. Thanks so much for joining us at Mentally Healthy. If you've enjoyed our video, please like it, and consider subscribing to our channel, as we have lots of great new content in store for you. Subscribing, liking, and clicking the notification bell keeps you connected to us, and truly helps our channel grow. Here's a few other great videos from our channel you can visit right now. Until next time, stay mentally healthy.